Right, we're here with Randy Blach in Decatur County, Kansas, in Oberlin, Kansas, with at a program put on by Decatur County Feed Yard celebrating their 40th anniversary. And so a lot of cow-calf producers here, Warren Weibert's customers at the feed yard. And Randy Blach with CattleFax gave a presentation looking at the outlook for the industry and really some encouraging news for the cow-calf producers as they look ahead and plan their production over the next 5-10 years. I wonder if you could just give us just a real quick summary of kind of the way you see things shaping up for the cow-calf producers.
Well, you know, we've had a pretty good run in here the last few years, John, for cow-calf producers. These prices have moved to record high levels, but honestly, when you look out here, nothing's really changed. We haven't kept any more cows. We've continued to see a downsizing of the herd because of the magnitude of the drought that we've gone through. So we still have to go through a situation that we've got to start keeping more heifers. We've got to slow down cow slaughter before we're going to see larger beef supplies. And we think that's going to take at least 2 more years before you could start through an increase in production, and then that's another 3 years down the road before you see increased output. So next 4 or 5 years look pretty solid for these cow-calf producers. Probably the biggest risk we have is some of these feed costs, those kind of things, and obviously the economy is not great yet with unemployment and those things where they are today, but we think we're going to be okay there. The bottom line is cow-calf producers should continue to see very strong prices for the next several years, and these prices will probably continue to get higher for a period of time.
You did warn about some of the volatility. There's certainly seen a lot of volatility in the marketplace this year, and it looks like that'll probably be the case into the future.
Well, that's just part of it. You know, the volatility is record high, but prices are record high. So it makes sense. The volatility goes along with the higher price levels. We're seeing bigger moves on a daily basis, on a weekly basis than we've ever seen. We need to all get used to that. We're not only seeing it in the cattle market, in the live cattle market, we're seeing it in the feeder cattle market, the corn market. Hey, nearly 40% of the time, corn prices change $20 a head from a cost of gain standpoint on a weekly basis. That's a big move in corn prices over the last couple of years. So these markets are so much more global than they've been any time in our lives. We're exporting more pork. We export about 22% of our pork production this year. We'll export nearly 20% of our poultry production out of the U.S., and we'll export 11% of our beef production. So those are some big numbers. We think they're going to continue to grow. So we have tremendous access to a global population that's going to grow by another 7 billion people in the next decade. That's a lot of people that we're going to have to feed. Just in the U.S., we're going to grow our population another 27 million people here in the next decade. So I said 7 billion. I meant to say 700 million was what our world population would grow. So those are some big numbers. That's a lot of people to feed when we look at the next decade.